In this episode of 50 Phenoms, Ryan Shazier talks with emergency responder Justin Dawson from West Virginia. When Justin went to help a stranded motorist on the highway, he was hit by a car going nearly 60 miles an hour. He lost both of his legs, but he never lost hope. Ryan Shazier's 50 Phenoms, in partnership with UPMC.
Hey Justin, you had a tragic accident. What happened that day?
Started out as any normal day. Went into work at 6 o'clock. I was part of the ERT, emergency response team, and our goal was to keep the tunnel open at all times. You know, if there's an emergency, accident, fire, it's our job to get in there, clean it up, get that interstate open as quickly as we can. And I was on the south side of the tunnel, and I was going back to the north side, and I walked outside and looked, and there's a truck in the road. Go up there and see if there's anything I could do. And I looked both ways for some reason, and whenever I looked up, I seen him coming out of the tunnel. It was slow motion. I seen him coming at me, and he just slowly started to veer over. And I thought to myself, he's gonna swerve, you know, it's gonna be okay. Definitely not the case. And for some reason I jumped. Whenever I jumped, I landed on his hood, but he still got my legs, took him under the truck. It was like an out-of-body experience.
Through this whole process, what would you say is the worst part?
The worst part is probably dealing with why it happened, how it happened. You know, I trained for 10 years of my life. You know, I gave to trying to be a better firefighter, you know, constantly training. 10 years of work and dedication, it was gone in 30 seconds.
So why was being a fireman your dream job?
I loved the work, you know. I mean, I was dedicated to it. I mean, it was a part of me. It's always going to be a part of me. Whenever somebody asks for help, I mean, I want to help, you know. I mean. So
you're just a service-giving person. You love trying to help others and take care of others and just be there for others when they need it?
Mm-hmm, yep.
So Justin, can you explain to me what was your drive when you were in Mercy?
Just to get my life back get back to normalcy, get back to what I was doing, you know, hiking, kayaking, fishing. I wanted to be outdoors, and that was my drive in the fire department. I mean, hearing these trucks go out every little bit, I mean, that was the motivation that kept me going. Every 5 minutes or something, hearing them take out of the station. And I used it, I would sit up there in the window and just look down and look at the fire department, you know. I mean, just kind of something to go back to. It gave me a little bit of hope.
Who would you say was your support system through all this?
Definitely my girlfriend, my family. Woke up in the hospital, doctors and family are all gathered around, and my girlfriend Jessica was holding my hand. And she said, I told her, I said, there's the door, the game's changed. You know, it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be like we were. We're not gonna be going on weekend adventures anymore for a while and stuff like that. And I said, there's the door. I said, if you wanna take it, I'm not gonna hold it against you. She looked at me and she's like, I'm not going anywhere. So, I mean, just that right there is just a major drive for me. I mean, just to get back to living my life with her.
I gave my wife the same type of scenario. I was like, man, I know life's not gonna be the same, and I don't want you to have to deal with, you know, taking care of somebody, dealing with all the adversity that I'm bringing. And she said, I'm not going anywhere. And just to have somebody like that to push you every single day.
Yep.
Even the days that you don't want to push, they're the ones pushing you, you know, and I think that really makes a big deal in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, your support's the biggest thing you need, you know. I mean, that's what keeps you going. It gives you the drive that you need to wake up every day.
I was just really upset that it happened to him. He's the least deserving person for this to happen to him. He's very sweet. He would do anything for anybody, and I was just shocked, really. But I was prepared to take on the next step with him and help him through this journey and do whatever I needed to do.
So in the process of rehab, did you ever feel like you were going to walk again?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I told myself I was going to walk. After the accident, I had to relearn to live. So, I mean, and it's not the fact that you can't do something. It's the fact that you just have to figure out how to do it.
Can you explain to me the day that you got your new legs?
So I show up to my appointment, and he walks in the room, and he's got my legs and everything, and he's like, all right, you know, let's throw your shoes on, and we'll get you up and see what you can do. last thing I'm thinking is bring a pair of shoes. I ain't got no feet no more, so why do I need a pair of shoes? So I ended up, he had to dig out a old man leather pair of shoes. So I, slowly, like a baby giraffe it looked like, but I'm wobbling down through these bars and taking my first steps. And I mean, just the feeling of that was amazing. Just, it gave me a little bit of freedom back.
So the more therapy you do, the more you practice walking, allows your balance and walking become a little better?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, just every time I would go to therapy, I could see a difference. Each time I would leave, I would be able to tell a difference from the last time.
So what are some of the things that you're doing now that you were able to do before?
I can do anything, that I could do before. I mean, I've already been kayaking, rode four-wheelers. I mean, it's just, you got to learn how to do stuff different. Life's not over after an accident. I mean, everybody's accident's different. It's just like I said, you have to figure out how to live your life again. I mean, you got to learn to get back to it.
So Justin, since now you're 50 Phenom, let me give you a jersey. Here you go.
All right, thank you.